Scammers and Hustlers, the Dark Side of African Wealth. Welcome back to our series exploring the different ways people make money in Africa. In today's episode, we look at the dark side of wealth creation on the continent, scamming and hustling. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, hello, welcome to the family. Now let's get into it. It is no news that Africans are some of the best scammers in the world. If you spend any time in major cities like Accra, Lagos, Luanda, Kinshasa, or Nairobi, you'll quickly realize that there's a culture of scamming and hustling. While many Africans live in extreme poverty, there are others who drive around in flashy cars, wear expensive clothes, and live in mansions. So how do they do it? Where does their money come from? And how can you spot an African scammer or hustler? The term Yahoo Boy originated from Nigeria and refers to young men who engage in internet fraud. They typically target people abroad, especially in North America and Europe. Most victims are middle-aged men or women looking for love online. Yahoo Boys pose as attractive women on social media and dating apps. Once they find a potential love interest, they engage them in conversation, build trust, and eventually ask for money to come visit. Fortunately, the woman of your dreams is just a figment of the Yahoo Boy's imagination, and once they get your money, they disappear. In recent years, Yahoo Boys have become more sophisticated and target wealthy individuals through business proposals. They create fake companies and websites and reach out to investors via email or LinkedIn. Their goal is to convince these investors to fund their businesses with promises of high returns. But in reality, the money is used for personal gain or loss through gambling. Yahoo Boys often brag about their success on social media, driving expensive cars and flaunting large amounts of cash. This is not only to show off, but also to attract potential targets, who may be interested in their fake investment opportunities. They also use their ill-gotten gains to live lavish lifestyles, buying luxury items and traveling to exotic locations. This is not only to enjoy the fruits of their labor, but also to lure other potential targets into their web. Some Yahoo Boys even target other scammers, stealing their identities and using their profiles to scam others. So what are some of the signs to look out for to spot a Yahoo Boy? First, they usually have lots of fake accounts on social media platforms, especially Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. These accounts are used to communicate with potential targets and build trust before asking for money. Second, they tend to stay online a lot and are always available to chat. This is because they need to keep up the persona of the person they are pretending to be and respond promptly to their targets. Third, they may ask for small favors at first, such as sending you a picture or video of themselves, or helping you log into a website. These are all tactics to build trust and get you to agree to larger requests later on. Fourth, they will likely try to take the conversation offline as soon as possible. This is because they want to avoid being detected by social media platforms and law enforcement agencies. They will ask you to contact them through a different platform or give you a phone number to call. Fifth, they will often ask for money to solve some kind of problem or opportunity. This could be anything from needing help to pay for a visa to come visit you to having an urgent business deal they need funding for. Whatever the reason, they will always have a sob story to tug at your heartstrings. If you think you may have encountered a Yahoo Boy, it's important to take action immediately. Do not send them any money or personal information and report them to the relevant authorities. With these tips in mind, you can stay safe online and avoid falling victim to their scams. Ponzi schemes are investment programs that offer high returns with little or no risk, promising investors unrealistic profits. They operate by paying early investors with funds collected from new investors. This creates the illusion of a successful and sustainable investment opportunity. However, the scheme is unsustainable and eventually collapses when the flow of new investors dries up. Participants who join late in the cycle are left with losses as there is no actual income-generating activity. Rather than investing in legitimate ventures, Ponzi schemes rely on deception and the promise of high returns to lure participants. One of the most famous cases of a Ponzi scheme in Africa was the Mavrudi Mundial Money Box, or MMM, which promised its participants daily returns of 30% on their investments. It attracted hundreds of thousands of investors across several countries, including South Africa, Nigeria, and Ghana. However, the scheme collapsed in 2016, leaving many people who had invested their life savings without any return. Despite the risks and potential for financial ruin, Ponzi schemes continue to thrive in Africa due to factors such as high levels of poverty and inequality, a lack of financial education, and a desire for quick and easy money. Spotting a Ponzi scheme is not easy as they are designed to look legitimate and trustworthy. However, there are a few red flags that may indicate that an investment opportunity is not what it seems. Firstly, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. A genuine investment opportunity should have realistic expectations and not promise unrealistic returns. Secondly, a Ponzi scheme will typically have complex and opaque investment strategies. The more complex the strategy, the harder it is to understand, and the greater the risk that it is a scam. Thirdly, Ponzi schemes often have a limited time frame during which participants can earn high returns. This is designed to create a sense of urgency and encourage people to invest quickly without thinking it through. Lastly, if the investment opportunity is being promoted by someone with a history of shady dealings or a lack of credibility, it is best to stay away. It is important to note that not everyone who participates in a Ponzi scheme is a victim. The organizers and promoters of these schemes often make significant profits and can live extravagant lifestyles while preying on the hopes and dreams of others. To protect yourself against a Ponzi scheme, it is important to do your research. Be skeptical of any investment opportunity that promises high returns and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Internet fraud is another popular way that scammers make money in Africa. This can include activities like hacking, identity theft, credit card fraud, and phishing. For example, some scammers create fake websites that look like popular social media platforms and then trick users into logging in with their credentials. Once they have access to these accounts, they can post fraudulent content or steal the user's personal information and sell it to data brokers. Other scammers engage in email phishing, where they send out mass emails that look like they are from reputable companies and try to get people to click on malicious links or attachments. When people click on these links, they may be directed to a fake website where they ask to enter their personal information or passwords. This information can then be used to commit identity theft or other types of fraud. Some scammers go so far as to hack into people's computers and spy on their activities or steal their files. This can be done through the use of keyloggers or other software that allows the scammer to track everything the person does on their computer. So how can you tell if someone is an internet fraudster? While it can be difficult to spot an internet fraudster, there are a few things to look out for. Firstly, be wary of anyone who you suspect may be targeting you for your personal information or financial gain. This includes people you meet online, over the phone, or even in person. Secondly, be careful when clicking on links or opening attachments in emails, especially those from unknown senders or those that seem suspicious. It's also important to be cautious when using public Wi-Fi, as it is a common place for scammers to operate. Finally, install reliable antivirus and anti-malware software on your devices and keep it up to date to help protect yourself against viruses, malware, and other threats. Be sure to enable two-factor authentication whenever possible, as this can help prevent unauthorized access to your accounts. While scammers and hustlers play a big part in African society, it is important to remember that they are not representative of the entire continent. There are many successful and honest entrepreneurs and business people in Africa who have built their wealth through hard work and innovation. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section below and like and share the video with your friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.